Welcome to my world. So this is the heart of the archive. There's a dozen cabinets full of files jammed to the gills with information. In here we have Buddy Holly, Hot Chocolate, John Lee Hooker, Whitney Houston. That's the H cabinet. In here we have the Doors, Duran Duran, Bob Dylan, Dodgy, Fats Domino, Donovan, and then as well as files on individual artists, there are those artists who don't justify an entire file to themselves. So this file here is Don to Dor, D-O-N to D-O-R. So you have in it, for example, the Doolies. Why the Doolies moved a mountain. Tanya Donnelly. Feature about Doo-Wop from Record Collector. Don and Dewey. Ral Donner. You get the picture. And there are, inevitably, artists of considerably greater stature than others, such as Bob Dylan, who has a file purely for the 60s, another file for the 70s, one for the 80s, and one for the 90s. Let's not forget the Fab Four, those Beatles chaps from the 1960s who have files for every year that they operated in, including the pre-Beatles years, and they have files for particular albums such as Sgt. Pepper, and they have a file for subjects, specific subjects such as the Apple years. Now let me take you past the music paper files. These are boxes and there are 72 of them, including music papers, which are filed not alphabetically but chronologically, so that I can go straight into any particular period and pull out a batch of papers from that period. This dates from the days when I used to do Time Machine for Mojo, and I needed to know what was going on in any particular month or week or day. There are also, of course, my music books, of which there are quite a few. People are always intrigued by the fact that the Beatles start here, with the Beatles anthology, and all the way to the end of that shelf, and then down on this shelf they continue until we reach Bee Gees, around about there. Over here, however, we have encyclopedias of various sorts, books of reviews, books of histories, all kinds of stuff. And then there's the Sanctum Sanctorum, my office, where we have yet more encyclopedias and bound volumes of things like the history of rock, further books of criticism and books dedicated to particular years in music and particular eras in music. This is where I work, and it's decorated in a style entirely befitting a child who grew up obsessed with science fiction and Marvel comics. Although I'm now a retired music journalist, most mornings I come down here, switch on my iMac and start work on www.musicdays.com, which is my online archive of musical history day by day. Here, for example, is the musicdays.com page for the 24th of May. This is a random selection on this page here from 580 facts for the 24th of May. So we're starting in 1901 with the musical comedy Santoy, playing at Daly's Theatre in Broadway. Coming forward through the years, here we are in the 1950s, 1959, 1960, Connie Francis is playing at Blindstrub's in Boston, Massachusetts for the second of 7 nights. And in 1963, I think you'll see the Rolling Stones playing at the Ricky Tick in Windsor, England, Europe. Coming forwards, 1965, 1990, 2000, 2013, 2020 we had Square Pusher playing at the Riverside Festival in Glasgow. Oh, and there's lots more, but I think that gives you a good idea. You can also search in the archive for items of interest. I mean, say you're interested in Culture Club, a name that just suddenly came to mind. We just type in Culture Club and we go search. And here we have the best matches shown first, 56 facts about Culture Club. You can also change the day for which you search. My birthday, for example, was the 30th of September, so I can switch through to September, choose the 30th, and there's a ton of facts for the 30th of September. It's a random selection, it says here, from around 600 facts, including the fact that on 30th of September 2014, the year ended on this date, Warner Music Group Corp reported a net loss of $24 million. Then we have our topics page, where we have a range of topics, and we can choose any of these topics, and then having chosen a topic such as sex, right here in the middle, you will be taken only to entries which link popular music with sex. Here on the 18th of May 2010, for example, is the fact that singer-songwriter Kevin Gilbert was found dead in his bed at home in Pasadena, California, aged 29. Cause of his death is not immediately disclosed, but it is later revealed to have been autoerotic asphyxiation. And then directly below that, after attending a gay pride march, George Michael is arrested when he loses control of his Land Rover and crashes into the door of photo store Snappy Snaps in Hampstead in London. And if you choose the medical section, you'll get stuff relating to music history and medicine. So it's basically 3,500 facts about how musicians died and what illnesses they got and why they had to cancel concerts, because here's Wasp being obliged to cancel a concert in 2013 because Blackie Lawless has been injured in a vehicle-related accident resulting in him breaking a leg. Dare I say, there's a lot more you can do with my online archive, but that'll do for the moment.